Hey everyone, first of all let me just start off by saying I'm sorry if the audio on this video stinks. I was just watching the last video that I posted using this webcam and the audio was just terrible. Anyway, also I'm going to be talking about Mass Effect 2 today and my gameplay, what I've done and how I view the game. And there's going to be spoilers, so if you haven't played the game, you don't want spoilers, I suggest stopping this video right now and going and doing something else because this is full of Mass Effect 2 spoilers. So, if you haven't played the game, go ahead and stop right now. I can give you time right now to... Okay, if you're still here, you're gonna hear spoilers. Anyway, so I just started playing Mass Effect 2 like 2 weeks ago. And I have to beat it tonight because I'm flying out tomorrow to go back home. And my save file is on the Xbox and it's just a huge hassle because this Xbox... We have like a new Xbox. You can see it actually right there. We got one of those new black Xboxes. And it's a huge hassle to transfer all the information. So I have to beat it tonight if I want to beat it before I go back to California. So I'm going to be staying up late trying to beat it. I have, I think, 4 more missions to do. I have 2 loyalty missions and they have the final 2 missions of the game. And I have to do, the 2 loyalty missions I have to do are Zaid's and Tali's. So, we'll see how those go. So far, I really have enjoyed this game. What was kind of different for me was I played as a male character, which I never do, so it was kind of weird that I decided to do that, but there's 2 reasons I did that. I saw the female character, the female Shepard, and she was freaking butt ugly, and I did not want to play as her. But the main reason was I watched my boyfriend play it, so I kind of already got a feel for what was happening in the game. And I feel like the female Shepard kind of got gypped. I mean, the main plotline's obviously the same, but in the romance aspect, I think the female Shepard's was not like nearly as developed, and it wasn't as good as if you're playing as the male Shepard. So even if you're a girl and you're gonna play Mass Effect 2, I strongly suggest playing as a male character because it's just not quite the same playing as a female. Anyway, so the next thing I want to talk to you about was, the romance. There's a few characters you can romance. I think I'm going to go with Miranda. I haven't done mine yet because I think it's right after you do the IFF mission you get to do your romance. I'm going to go with Miranda though because she's seriously the most attractive video game character I've ever seen in my entire life. I have no idea how BioWare did it, but they made her look perfect. Like, she was perfect, and every time I saw her I was just like and I'm a girl, I'm a straight girl, and she still was really freaking hot. But yeah, I mean, the other options aren't, I just don't feel like the other options are as good. I'm not really into bird feet, so I was not going to go for Tali, and that weird mask, I don't know, I'm not really into her whole look. I think you can romance Samara, but she's like really old, and I would not want to do that, even though she has massive cleavage. And then Jack, you can romance Jack, but I wanted to like Jack. Like, I started the game thinking, she is so damaged. This character is just, oh my god. But when I did her loyalty mission, I just kind of got pissed off at her, and I felt like she was whining, because she sits there and she says, I had it worse than all of them. This was so horrible for me, so much worse for me. When the other fucking kids died, the other kids that they were experimenting on died, and she really doesn't give a shit about them. Like, it's just all about her, and that just really bugged me a lot. So I wasn't interested in Jack. Oh, another weird thing that I wasn't able to do because I didn't have a high enough Renegade score was when you do Samara's loyalty mission and you have the option, Samara comes in and she kills Morin, you actually have the option of, if you have a high enough Renegade score, of replacing Samara with Morin on your crew. And I wonder how that, if you can take your game from Mass Effect 2 into 3, I wonder how that would affect your gameplay. Like, how would it be different if you have Morin instead of Samara? That was another thing. I'm going to go back and play 1, and then I'm going to replay 2, and then hopefully by that point 3 will come out, and then I'll import my game into 3, and I'm going to go full Renegade this time, because I tried to do like half, like, I wanted to go full Renegade. I love playing evil characters. Like, I played WoW, I played Horde. When Tor comes out, I'm going to play as a Sith. I like playing dark characters. So I tried to go full Renegade, but BioWare has this really awesome way of actually making you feel emotions about the characters. So when a character would come to me and they would just be in such need and I could help them, I would do it. So I didn't get my full Renegade score because I was getting all these Paragon points for helping people because I felt bad. Like, I personally felt bad. Whereas most video games, I can separate myself and be like, yeah, screw them, they don't need it. But I don't know how BioWare does it, but their writing is so amazing that I actually felt like I needed to help these people myself. Like, I don't even know how they did that, but it was a really good on their part that they can write that well to make me feel real emotions. Speaking of which, some parts of the game were just so incredibly sad. You got the DLC. I don't know how do you say her name? Kashimi? I think that's how you say her name. She's the thief character. Her storyline was so sad. I literally started crying when we got to the end of her storyline. I was just so upset. And that was another one of those situations where I couldn't say, like, oh yes, you have to destroy the gray box. I actually let her keep it because I could not say to her, you're going to have to get rid of every memory of the only man you've ever loved. Like, I could not do that to her, so I actually told her to keep it. I'm wondering if I do that again, I'm going to play through if that's going to come back to bite me in the ass in 3. So, I don't know. Or even at the end of 2. I'm not sure. I haven't finished the game yet. But yeah, that's another interesting thing is, you might do something that you think is good, like it might seem like it's the good thing to do, and then you find out later on in the game that you totally screwed yourself. Like, you should not have let that person go because they went on to go kill a whole bunch of people, or something like that. You totally can screw yourself trying to be a nice guy. And that was really interesting because not only are you having consequences for doing bad actions, you're having consequences for doing good actions too. And it's kind of like in reality, where you could do something that you think is so nice for somebody and you think it's going to be beneficial, and then it'll come back and bite you on the ass because it really wasn't the right thing to do. Even if you don't know it, it still wasn't the right thing to do. But yeah, so that was, I mean, it's one of the best developed games I've ever seen. There's so much to it. There's a huge map for all the galaxies, and all of these planets and all the galaxies have different names and backstories, and when you go mining and stuff, they have all these minerals on them, and it's just so overwhelming. Like, I can't even imagine how long they had to work on this game to get everything in it. You also have, like, every time you do a mission, you have the option of taking 2 people with you on a mission, and you gain their loyalty by doing all their loyalty missions. I kind of screwed up though, and I lost Jack's loyalty because I stuck up for Miranda against Jack, and Jack is not loyal to me any longer, even though I did her loyalty mission. But yeah, so you can take 2 people with you each time you go to any mission, and you get to pick them. And throughout the mission, they react differently. Like, they'll comment on stuff in the mission, and it's just so overwhelming to think how many hours that took to write everything for each character, and then to get a voice actor to come in and do each character for each mission, because you have the option of taking them. It's not like they force you to take a certain person. Like, sometimes they do if it's that person's loyalty mission, but on normal missions, you can take whoever you want from your team, and they always make different kinds of comments along the way about what's going on, and then they interact with other people in the mission, and it's just so overwhelming, like, the amount of time it would have taken to do all this. Yeah, so far I've enjoyed the game. I'm almost done with it. Hopefully going to beat it tonight because I'm leaving tomorrow to go back home, so I need to beat it tonight, otherwise I'm not going to be able to transfer my stuff over from my Xbox, because it's one of those weird black ones that it gets confusing transferring stuff over, so I have to finish tonight if I want to finish the game. Alright guys, if you have any comments about Mass Effect 2, or there's something you want to share with me, or if you want to comment on anything I said, go ahead and leave a comment below, because I would love to hear what other people think of this game. I know people like it in general, but I would love to just get some feedback on what you guys think, or who you romanced, or what your opinions were on certain parts of the game. Alright guys, talk to you later. Bye.